In this video, we're going to make you an expert in the calculation of the variance and standard deviation of grouped data. Let's go ahead and consider this question. The frequency table shows the scores of students in a mathematics test. Find the variance and standard deviation. This is our table and this is the data we were given. Notice that this column here for the class shows the intervals of the marks scored by students. For instance, 0 to 10. This basically means that the marks between 0 and 10, and the frequency tells us how many students got that marks. So for our case, there were only 5 students who got 0 to 10. Then for 10 to 20, there were 8 students, and so on up to the final case. Now then, the sample variance is given by the summation of f of x minus x bar in bracket squared divided by summation of f minus 1. Now, in this case, this summation sign means addition, then f is the frequency, then x is the midpoint of the class intervals, then x bar is basically our mean, and lastly, the summation of f is the sum of the frequencies. We also need the standard deviation, which is denoted by s. And the standard deviation is basically the square root of the variance. So this shall be the root of s squared. Notice that we also have the mean, and the mean, which is denoted by x bar, is given by this formula, the summation of f of x divided by the summation of f. Now the first thing we need to get is x, which is the midpoints. Now for us to get x, it is very simple and interesting. First, we consider this first row of the class, that is 0 to 10. So it shall be the lower limit plus the upper limit divided by 2. That is 0 plus 10 divided by 2. 0 plus 10, that is basically 10, and 10 divided by 2, that gives us 5. Next, we have 10 to 20. So this shall be 10 plus 20 divided by 2. 10 plus 20, that gives us 30, and 30 divided by 2, that is 15. The next we have 20 to 30, so this shall be 20 plus 30 divided by 2. 20 plus 30, that is 50, and 50 divided by 2, that gives us 25. Then 30 plus 40 divided by 2, and that gives us 35. Last, we shall have 40 plus 50 divided by 2, and we get 45. Then the next column we need is the column of f of x. And to get that is very simple once again. For this first row, it shall be 5 multiplied by 5, and that gives us 25. Then next, 8 multiplied by 15 to get 120, and we do the same for these remaining spaces. Now to get the summation of f of x, we shall add all these values in this column, that is 25 plus 120 plus 375 plus 560 plus 270, and that gives us a total of 1350. Then for the summation of f, which is actually 50, we get it by adding 5 plus 8 plus 15 plus 16 plus 6. Now having the summation of f of x and the summation of f, we can replace these values in this formula so that we can get x bar. So this shall be 1350 divided by 50, and that gives us x bar as 27. So our mean is 27. So we shall add here another column for x bar, and we feed in 27 for the whole of the column. Then next we can get now x minus x bar. And to get this, it is also easy and interesting. For our first case, we shall have 5 and 27. So it shall be 5 minus 27, and that gives us negative 22. The next, it shall be 15 minus 27. That gives us negative 12. And we do the same for the remaining of this to get these values. Next, we shall have x minus x bar in bracket squared. So this, we consider this column of x minus x bar. So we square each of the values. So first we shall have negative 22 squared, which is 484. Then negative 12 squared, which is 144. And we square also these ones to get this remaining values. And lastly, we shall have a column for f of x minus x bar in bracket squared. And to get this, it is once again very simple. We shall multiply values in the same row for these two columns. So for instance, for our first case, we shall have 5 multiplied by 484, and that gives us a total of 24, 20, then 8 multiplied by 144, that is 1152, and we do the same for these remaining values so that we get these values. Now from this, we need to get the summation of f of x minus x bar in bracket squared. So we consider this column. So we add all these values, 2420 plus 1152 plus 60 plus 1024 plus 1944. And this gives us a total of 6600. Now having got this, we can go ahead and get the variance. So for the summation of f of x minus x bar in bracket squared, we have this value as 6600. Then the summation of f is actually 50. 50 minus 1, that is 49. 6600 divided by 49, that is 134.69. Then for the standard deviation, which is the square root of the variance, it shall be the square root of 134.69, and that gives us 11.61 as the standard deviation of this data. So this is basically the simple steps that you can take to solve such a problem. Hopefully you've got the concept clearly, and if so, then go ahead and like this video, comment, share, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching this video.